Well, what can I talk about before? I don't know if a hack could rot for so many months and still stay intact. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about the head rotting away. I mean, if you keep it frozen, it's probably is a bit rotten. It probably is a bit rotten. Like even if you keep it in the freezer, it probably has already like bits and pieces like falling off. Like, yeah. Guys, I am so pissed off about this computer because of two reasons. Reason number one is I am currently editing a Dead by Daylight video, and editing is such a frustrating thing with this. So normally in Premiere Pro, right, you have a clip, and sometimes you like just want to cut the clip or you want to shorten it down a little bit. And normally that would be a thing of like a second or two. With this computer, trying to do that sometimes can range from 10 seconds to 30 seconds because it would take forever to register the fact that I want to cut or shorten the clip down. So that's one reason why I hate this PC and I can't wait to get a new one. I'm getting a new one for Christmas. Second is I tried to stream Last of P yesterday, and this computer couldn't handle it. It couldn't handle it. The game would like freeze multiple times when something new would happen or something new would pop up. And I was so mad because I wanted to stream Last of P for Halloween, or like at least for October, you know. Now I gotta wait till January until I have my new PC arriving, and it pisses me off. Makes me angry. But hey, maybe Mercy in the Storm might calm me down. We have some very short SCPs today. These are short ones. But I got Howard here. By the way, Howard, like, which name should I call you? Like, what do you prefer for me to call you? But yeah, we have you here, so at least, you know, even though these are short, I can talk to you. We can have some back and forth banter and make this a bit more interesting. Save. Euclid. See Incident Report -1. Due to the immobility of SCP-1652, relatable, I too hate computer issues. I hope your situation improves one day, my man. It will, eventually. It will, eventually. A perimeter of 30 meters is to be secured around SCP-1652 under guise of training grounds for military purposes. The perimeter of SCP-1652 is to be surrounded by a 3-meter barbed wire fence. Access to SCP-1652 is to be authorized by Level 4 personnel. Instances of -1 are to be treated accordingly, then released. Yeah, thanks, Afro. Just call me Howard. I've actually been meaning to change it, but never got around to. You're damn underrated, but to be honest. Thanks for that. I always love hearing that, like, when people say, like, oh, you're underrated, or, like, you don't get as much love as you should. Especially with, like, the SCP stuff, it's a lot easier for me to do. My other channel with, like, my anime reactions and video game montages, I kind of gave up on that just because it's very exhausting. I will come back to it. I mean, I'm doing the Dead by Daylight videos. I'm coming back to it. I just need to do the reactions again, even though part of me is like, do I really want to keep going with something that, like, doesn't, you know, feel as good? The reactions go really well on TikTok, but on YouTube it just feels very, very hit and miss. So, access to SCP-1652 is to be authorized by Level 4. Yep, okay. SCP-1652 is a field near Dresden, Tennessee, coordinates 36.281238 minus 88.684582. SCP-1652 itself shows no immediate anomalous properties. During a period of 4 hours each day, gunshots and explosions will be heard within a 50-meter radius of SCP-1652. I mean, isn't that normal in the US? I'm sorry, pardon. The sounds have no discernible source and cannot be picked up by electronic devices. Okay, that's actually... I don't know how I would feel about the idea of being able to hear a gunshot. Like, imagine I was streaming in that area. I was streaming. I hear a gunshot, and you just see me like, and I'm like, you guys hear that? And you're like, no, what? We don't hear that. Like I'm like, guys, I'm hearing something shooting around, and you guys are like, we don't hear it. And then I would like set the mic to like full on sensitive, like pointing towards the window, and like, it's loud as hell. How can you not hear that? And everybody's like, dude, we don't hear it. What are you on about? I think that would actually kind of freak me out, because I'm like, am I hearing things? Am I going nuts? SCP-1652 is filled with Lolium-Perine ryegrass that shows no anomalous properties. Cutting the grass at a length of 0.7 meters or lower will cease anomalous activity in that area. Grass removed and regrown outside of SCP-1652 shows no anomalous properties. Wait, I have to read that again. So there's a gunshots. The sounds have no discernible sounds, and that shows no anomalous properties. Cutting the grass at length will cease anomalous activity in that area, so you don't hear any gunshots anymore, I assume. -1 refers to a variety of wild dogs that live inside. There's so much happening. There's so much happening in this one field. Refers to a variety of wild dogs that live inside SCP-1652. Any attempt to find instance of -1 has resulted in failure, unless anomalous properties have already taken effect. Instances of -1 will appear as a number of dog breeds, and only larger breeds of dogs have been observed. After a 4-hour cycle of gunshots and explosions in SCP-1652, instances of -1 will exit SCP-1652. Don't you fucking leave that. Bad dog! You go back there! Up to 12 instances of -1 have been observing during this time. Instances of -1 who leave SCP-1652 will show symptoms and wounds correlating to weapons used during World War I. Pardon me? What? They covered up the sounds on the gas of training grounds for a military base, but like, isn't 15 miles like really big? 15 miles is pretty big. That's at least 25 kilometers. I think that's 25 kilometers. Because 21 kilometers is 13 miles. And I ran that as a half marathon recently, so that's why I immediately know that. But 15 miles should, in km, 24.14 kilometers. Yeah, so see, it's like, it's pretty, that's pretty big. But also, who... Man, there's so much happening. Injuries on instances of -1 include bullet holes including ammunition, lead poisoning, respiratory inflammation caused by mustard gas exposure, a number of irritated blisters and stab wounds correlating with bayonets. Leave those dogs alone! What the fuck is happening? Bullets found inside instances of -1 are extremely corroded and show no signs of being shot at any recent time. Bullets recovered are consistent with ammunition commonly used during World War I. So it's like the bullet from back then somehow makes their way into the body. Instances of -1 show no biological anomalies and will wander around SCP-1652 until exsanguination occurs or treatment has been applied. Second SCP has exsanguination as a word in it, which is not as often that happens. It's right in a row as well. It's not that often. Actually, no, in a row. The first one was exsanguination. The second one didn't have it in it. So, instances of -1 who are treated for wounds will attempt to escape into SCP-1652. Autopsy of deceased instances of -1 show no differentiation from normal domesticated dogs. Instances of -1 appear to average around 6 years of age. After a period of 2 days outside of SCP-1652, an instance of -1 will begin to decompose, typically expiring after 15 to 21 hours. State of decay over 3 days is equivalent to years of elapsed time. Decaying instances of -1 show extreme discomfort until provided with the chance to return to SCP-1652. From checking the forums, the original title of the article was Dogs of War. Yeah, no, that makes sense, because like, it seems like the dogs have a major role, and like, even here it says like there's decaying happening to those dogs, but then they can go back to the field, and then looks like they basically go back to being full health, because it does show here decay instances -1 show extreme discomfort until provided with the chance to return to SCP-1652, which I assume means that when they go back to SCP-1652, the field, that they heal up, and maybe like the decaying like reverts itself again. I might be wrong though. It might just be that the decaying effect is less painful. Incident report 1 at 19. A man wearing a British patterned service dress uniform fled SCP-1652. This instance is to be referred to as -2. -2 carried a short magazine Lee Enfield Mk3 along with a Webley revolver. -2 bore several injuries, including broken bones, gunshot wounds, and blisters. -2 was reluctant to give information, but believed that he was deployed to France. SCP-1652. -2 began to deteriorate in health as he began to decompose at a rate 6% faster than instances of -1. -2 expired within 5 hours of recovery. Jesus. The only human being that they could talk to, and he refused to give any information, decayed faster than the dogs did, and was basically gone in 5 hours. The dogs take 3 days to decay to like certain amounts of years of decay rate. Well, this guy just sped run it. He just vanished. Ceased to exist. From what I know, these dogs are basically war dogs from World War I, and whenever they get hurt, they get displaced in time and stay alive. That's... Yeah, but like... It makes sense that the Foundation would think they are wild dogs, right? Because they're just there. From what it sounds like, those are war dogs, as you said, that are now immortal. Like, they are basically immortal until they leave the field. Then that's when the immortality stops, and they just like start falling apart. Which is pretty messed up. That's pretty messed up to think about, like dogs just suffering for eternity. Like they cannot die. I mean, they can die, but they're not. I think instinctually they won't, because the moment they leave the field, they want to go back. So yeah, yeah, we got some dark ones today. I mean, it's good because, like, you know, Halloween's around the corner, but we got some dark ones. The current article name, the one that was changed because people thought dogs was a stupid pun, is Mercy in the Storm, so the dogs might be caught in a proverbial eye of the storm. Not sure. The forums are also pretty confused. I think Mercy in the Storm is kind of, I think, I'm seeing it as like this. I'm seeing the Mercy as, because they are dogs from the World War. This field that they are in gives them a time to breathe. It gives them, it's the safety zone. It's a safety zone. So in that part, they don't have to deal with the war anymore. So, but I see the storm as the war itself, and the field as the mercy. But of course, you can also twist that around by saying, like, well, they're immortal with bullet wounds. Is that really mercy? But in the same time, you have to think about, like, they don't have to fight anymore. They got to, like, just stay there. But it could also be that Mercy in the Storm could also be that the field is a storm. And if they leave it, that's when Mercy, as in, like, death, comes and tries to take them. And that could be the Mercy as well. Like, of course, you can definitely have multiple ways of which one is the Mercy and which one is the Storm. But it's just, I think it just depends on which part you think is more merciful. The fact that they don't have to participate in any fights anymore, but they are now forever stuck in the field, or the fact that they are stuck in the field, but if they want to die, they can just leave the field and let the process of decaying come over them. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's a lot of different options there.